Good afternoon, all of you. In this morning lecture, we will discuss the another coating technique or method, that is chemical vapor deposition technique, that is CVD technique. Okay, in the morning lecture, we have discussed about the physical vapor deposition (PVD). Okay, in that lecture we have seen what is mean by chemical vapor deposition, how coating it can be done using the PVD types of the all the take subtype of the PVD. Okay, again application. Now we go for another paper deposition.
Hello friends, welcome to series of online lectures. Today we are going to discuss about chemical vapor deposition process. As in my last lecture we have discussed about physical vapor deposition process. So in this particular process we are going to discuss that how we are doing in physical deposition, just we had certain kind of atoms or maybe plasma and just we have deposited those onto the substrate itself. But here in this CVD process we are going to see that how we are making this kind of atoms or plasma in gas which can react with the substrate itself and do the modification. So in topic again I have made the two parts. In part one we are going to discuss about the introduction to chemical vapor deposition process, then construction of this CVD system, application of CVD system, and then we are going to discuss one by one types of this CVD system. Let us begin with the first point, deposition. Is deposited from a vacuum, from a vapor by a chemical reaction occurring on or in the vicinity of a normalized substrate. So whatever I have explained already in a physical vapor deposition, just we are creating certain kind of molecules, certain kind of atom, certain kind of plasma, and then we are depositing those onto the substrate. But in chemical vapor deposition we are making certain kind of gases or maybe certain kind of materials which will react with the substrate itself and make the coating. So the resulting solid material is in the form of thin film powder or maybe the single crystal. So we can get the modification by this technique or maybe by this way. Okay, so what are the key factors in the CVD system? So first one is called substrate material, which we are going to coat or maybe which we are going to modify. Next factor is substrate temperature. What is the temperature it can sustain or maybe what the temperature I can put my substrate so that it will not changes its any kind of property, means like physical property or maybe the chemical property. And the next one is called composition of chemical reaction gas mixture. So what type of gas I am going to use, that either I can take a single gas or maybe I can take a multi and pressure gas flow. So by doing this, we can do or maybe property onto the material itself. So from this particular diagram, as I have shown in the slide, we can understand that there is a certain kind of precursors which is a reagent in a gas phase, then the gas is flowing, then there is some kind of absorptions and surface reactions is taking place with substrate itself, and then at last the film is growing on the substrate material and release the volatile byproduct, maybe some kind of toxic gases or maybe some kind of gases. It can come out from the surface itself, so we are getting a bigrim material coating onto the top of the surface. So here is general idea that about the chemical vapor deposition process. Let us move for the construction of the CVD system. Okay, what are these? So first we are having some reaction gas dispensing system. In the diagram I have shown the reaction dispensing system. So after when the reaction will takes place, all the products through these channels or through these dispensing systems, because we are having certain kind of flow meter, we are having gas bottles, then we are having the sublimator, where we are having the generator, we are having the urinator. The thing is that when the mixing is taking place, if there is any humidity, it can remove those humidity. If it is having some kind of impurity, it can subtract that impurities. Not only that, it can, there is a certain kind of flow meter by which we can the particular on the itself. We have fix it onto the substrate or maybe the on the system. Then we are having the some kind of a reactor, okay, as I have shown here, which is including the components for defining the different for defining the different gas flows, so by which we can put the gas into the system, we can do the mixing of the system. It is totally the automatic process. Not only that, we can control the percentage of the mixing of the gases into that system, we can agitate that gas also. So just like it is a head of the family, and another thing is that here we are having the another exhaust system at top, which containing a total pressure controller, vacuum pumps, scrubber, reactant, recycling system. What impurities or maybe the what type of the moistures or maybe the what type of the other means is not required for this particular action, that can be taken out and that can be thrown outside by this exhaust system as shown here. Okay. Now let us move for the next point, that is we are going to discuss about the different types of CVD process. Okay, so what are those? This CVD deposition process are classified according to the following criteria. So first one is called the energy source and activation. Okay, so look at here, energy source and activations. So in that rapid thermal CVD, in short form it is known as RTCVD, then hot wire CVD, then photo enhancer CVD, laser induced CVD, plasma enhancer CVD, high density plasma CVD. So from this particular case, you can understand that all are coming under the CVD process, but only the energy source is different. Somewhere we are using the electron, somewhere using the photo, or maybe the light, or maybe somewhere using thermal source over there. Next one is we're coming to the substrate, non-porous or porous, whatever the material we are going to do, where we are going to take for the doing the modification. Okay. Then next one is called the hybrid sources. Okay, hybrid, that may be physical hybrid. Based on the irregular in three types. Next, okay, here, but metal organic CVD, aerostate, that that source we are going to take. So this source model we can see for different types. Okay. So these are different types of CV. So let us discuss these types one by one. Now first one is called atmospheric pressure CVD. In short, APCVD. So process at atmospheric pressure. From the name itself, you can understand that we are maintaining the atmospheric pressure for doing this particular CVD process. The reactor designs were provided high diffusion rate, typically at 400 degrees centigrade, gives the films in the form of 100, 2000 to 3000 strong per minute range. So that is the controllable limit over there, and we can go up to 400 degrees centigrade. So if our material is lit, then substrate is less that temperature. So in this CVD, the range is 0.25 to 2 torr range. Okay, as I mentioned here, with one atmospheric pressure is equal to 60 torr. Here, operations in the surface reaction throughput and PD performed in the 300 to 900 degrees centigrade range. So here the temperature variation is little bit bigger actually. Now next we'll go for ultra high vacuum CVD. Okay, so extremely high vacuum eliminates contaminants from reaching surface. So from this particular case, you can understand that we are using the vacuum pump over there. We are having some delivery rail. Then we are putting the gas, or maybe the plunging the gas inside it. Then the reaction is takes place inside, and then through this delivery layer, that gas is going and it is deposited onto the substrate itself. Okay, so you can see in the diagram here. Okay, the next is called aerosol assisted CVD, or maybe the AACVD process. The second one, precursors are transported to the substrate by means of a liquid or maybe the gas aerosols. Here we are not going to use any kind of gases over there, carrier gas over there, rather it is carried out by some kind of liquid or maybe the gas aerosol. So from the figure here we can understand that solution of precursors we are using, then we are having some kind of atomizer, then we are using the carrier gas. Atomizer means nothing, just it will give a high pressure onto those liquid so that it will come into the, and it will make into the small bubble form. Then they will make certain kind of small bubble form, then that bubble will directly come into the this substrate, and then that will deposit onto the substrate itself, and we are having some heating arrangements so that it can do the chemical reaction. If there is any heat is required, then they will make certain kind of film or maybe coating on the top of the surface. Okay, over here. Next one is called the hot wire CVD, HWCVD process. HWCVD affords the capability to synthesize fluorocarbon and argon silicon thin films. Okay, it overcomes some of the processing constraint of having directly heated substrate. So here we are going to use certain kind of heat, so that why it is known as hot wire CVD process. Okay, so here we have covered some types of CVD process. During part one, we have covered the introduction about CVD, then construction of CVD system, and we have started types of CVD system in detail. So remaining types we will cover in this part 2. Okay, so begin with next, that is photo enhanced CVD, or maybe in short we are CVD process. So based on activations of the reactants in the gas or vapor phase by electromagnetic photon energy by the reactor molecules or atoms initiate the process, and low temperature, generally 150 degrees centigrade, needed to form films like silicon dioxide, greatly minimize the generally here. Then UV source, it is coming UV, which eliminates UV lights, and then we are plunging some kind of carrier gas, then that carrier gas is reacting with the UV rays, and then they are forming certain kind of material, then that material is going to deposit onto the substrate itself. Okay, let us discuss the next one, that is a laser induced CVD. So it allows with the focus of the laser. It allows in first step deposition of the structures with the lateral dimension down to at least 1 micrometer. Three-dimensional substrate of size is also as I have shown in figure also. You can understand that we have given us an example of CNT, okay, carbon nanotube. Okay. So any kind of laser source you can take over there, and then the laser source you have to put in then, and there is having some many inlet channel where you are plunging the carrier gas, where you are plunging different gas with which we can react properly, and then through these laser these gases will agitate it, and they will form certain kind of material, new material in which will be deposited onto that carbon nanotube. Okay. Now let us go for the next, direct liquid injection CVD. Okay. Here liquid or solid dissolved in a convenient solvent liquid solutions are ejected in a vaporization chambers toward the injectors, typically like a car injector. Then a precursor's vapors are transported to the subtracting classical CVD process. And the simple thing is that car injector is nothing but that when the fuel is directly coming and it is injected into the engine itself. So we are using certain kind of injector over there. So that is continuously injecting that of oil and air mixture and continuously the burning. The same we are doing here also. So we are having some kind of pressure for tanks where we are putting certain kind of gas pressure. So due to that gas pressure is taking place and directly the liquid, it is going into the atomization process, or maybe generally we are calling atomizer. So where this liquid is going, then a high pressure of air we are giving due to that liquid is forming small bubbles, and then that small bubbles is directly coming as a vapor, and then it is deposited onto metal surface, and the rest of vapor it is going throughout the chamber. Okay. Now let us discuss the next one, metal organic chemical vapor deposition. Okay. So based on metal organic precursors used to produce single or polycrystalline thin flames, high complex process for growing crystalline layers, pressure is generally 10 to 760 torr, and this technique is preferred for thermodynamically metastable alloys. So here generally we are using certain kind of metal precursors over there, and then we need a high energy source over there. Then the materials we are going to deposit is this, as I have shown in the figure also. Figure itself. Now let's go for the next one. Let us start the technology, that is CVI, okay, chemical vapor infiltration. This is latest technology. Now CVI means the chemical vapor infiltration is a ceramic engineering process whereby matrix material is infiltrated into fibers which form by use of reactive gases at elevated temperature to form a fiber reinforced composite. So not only that you can make the composite over there. So here you cannot do the coating of particular material, you can do the coating of particular composites too. Here this CVI was the infiltration of the fibrous alumina with chromium carbide. CVI can be applied to production carbon composite and ceramic matrix composite. A similar technique is the chemical vapor deposition process. The main difference between deposition process of CVD and CVI is in CVD process hot bulk surface is not there, while the in CVI deposition process porous substrate is used. So that is a basic difference. From this particular case, you can understand that inlet we are putting the chemical carrier gas and the reactant material over there. Then carrier gas is going through this fibrous material, and then that molecule is reacting inside, and some molecules with the carrier gas is going out of metal. That means the carrier gas it can easily go inside the porous material, and then the molecules of that particular reactant material can be absorbed inside the port itself. Some molecules may be come out carrier gas. So by this way we can do the CVI process infiltration. Here we are doing the infiltration of particular molecules inside the material. Now next, hybrid physical CVD process. So vaporization process that involve both chemical deposition of precursor gas and vaporization of solid source. Main difference between the HPCVD and other CVD means it is in heating unit both substrate and solid metal source and heated up by the heat molecule. Okay, so this is about this hybrid physical CVD. Now it is a rapid thermal CVD process. This one, oh, it is only the wafers that heating only the substrate rather than the gas, which helps reduce the head gases reaction, and that can lead to particular formation. That is formation. So still now we just are agitating those material, those react material, and those gases material. In this particular case, just to actually our substrate that will make itself as a reactive, so that it can react directly, react with the gases, and then form any kind of layer or maybe the powder or maybe the coating onto the. Okay, let's go for next. That is the plasma CVD process. This also latest technology, and these equipment are very expensive. So LPCVD with plasma source supplies energy to the reactant gas and lower deposition to 50 degrees Celsius we have to keep, and it is good for the more film sensitive to temperature also. So this is all about plasma enhanced CVD process. Let us discuss the next one called high density plasma CVD. Plasma enhanced CVD with very high density plasma. The density of plasma is more than RF bias on substrate. Lower deposition temperature, generally 20 to 150 degrees centigrade, much lower pressure, generally 1 to 10 metal is required, and better quality films with less wires. So this is most sophisticated machines than the plasma enhanced process. Okay. The next one we are going to discuss about the combustion CVD or maybe the CCVD process. In this particular case, it is divided into 4 parts. So it is ability to produce thin film in the open atmosphere using vapor precursors or maybe inexpensive precursor in chemical in solution. So generally, like a painting, we are using this kind of technique over there. First one is called solution preparation. This is first step, starting with precursor of metals are dissolved in a suitable aqueous or maybe the organic solvent. So here we are putting the solution over there. So this solution to pump, it is going in particular nanomizer or maybe that gun, which is going to spread those material into the surface itself. Then in the meantime, we are using certain kind of filter. Maybe there is some impurities, there may be there certain kind of humidity, or maybe that there is a certain kind of water molecules that can be absorbed directly, so that the material, the solution in a dry form, it will go directly to the nanomizer. And here in this particular case, we are doing the atomization of that particular gas. What is that atomization or maybe atomizing gas? The solution is delivered by means of pump of to a proprietary atomizer where it is covered into submicron droplet. Here we are giving a high gases. So through these gases, these solutions in the liquid form is coming to the small bubble form, and then directly towards through this film structure, then it is giving certain kind of combustions of that particular junction, and then that film is falling onto the substrate and it is making the certain kind of coating over there. Okay, now we are going to discuss what are the considerable factors for selecting suitable CVD. So first factor is reactant used in the process. Okay, for third factor is purity of the deposit, and then size and shape of the substrate, and last one is called process economy. That means why that the whole process is expensive, or maybe it is cheap, and not only that, what type of substrate you go to, why and in between gases and it can be done or not, what are the condition inside a chamber you require, whether you need a more pressure or less pressure, then whatever the energy source you are going to use, or maybe your material can sustain. So depending on all those things, you have to choose the better CVD mechanism for your particular substrate. Always follow the substrate. They are conform to the substrate itself. So the technology all about advantages of CVD process. Let's discuss the disadvantages. So first one is called the most involved safety and contamination. That is a big problem over there. It can contaminate with the source. It can contaminate with the material. It can contaminate the equipment. Then next is the hybrids and carbonyl are poisonous. Then next is the metal organic are pyrophoric, ignite in contact with air. Then high cost for compounds with sufficient purity. Then they are not possible for some materials, means they simply is no suitable chemical reaction, and they are generally not suitable for mixture of materials. So these are the some disadvantages. Yes, if you just tell inside of the you get carbon and advanced display application, solar control, electrochromic windows, automotive windows. So for these all applications, you can use chemical vapor deposition surface coating technique. Okay, so here I have given the some summary about this. Okay. So this is about our next. What are the advantages? So first is uniform distribution over large areas. Then no compositional gradients across substrate. Then no need to break vacuum for source changes. Then more selective air deposition because of higher activation energy for a reaction with foreign substrate. So the contour of the substrate, they are conformal to the substrate. It's so mostly involves and contamination. That is a big problem over there. It can contaminate with the source, it can contaminate with the material, it can contaminate the equipment. Then next is the hybrids and carbonyl are is chemical reaction and they are generally not suitable for mixture of material. So of CVD technique. Generally, we are going to use for the microelectronics purpose, conductors, passivation layers, diffusion barriers, oxidation barriers, etc. Semiconductors, lasers, optical fibers for telecommunication. Then optical fibers are produced by coating the inside of the fused silica tube with oxides of silica. Then we are using for the solar energy purpose also. So solar energy conversion by the utilization of fluid absorber and of thin film solar cells of silica and gallium arsenide and die cells also. Then carbon nanotubes for advanced electronics purpose, biological and chemical devices and detector also. Then where resistance coatings have wide industry application. So coatings of titanium carbide, titanium nitride and alumina on cemented carbon cutting tool insert of a carbide for fiber reinforcement material, then structural shape. Okay, again you can use for the decorative coatings. Okay, for example titanium nitrate, or you can say for the gold plating or gold coloring, okay, on the watches. Again for the conductive coatings for integrated circuit interconnects, display application, solar control, electrochromic windows, automotive windows. So for these all applications you can use okay. So here I have given the some summary about this. So this is about our today's lecture. Okay.
I request all of you, please add your roll number in chat box so that I can write your attendance. All are requested to write your roll number in chat box. Remaining students, that your answer. Rushikesh Guge, Gunda. Okay, if you have written your attendance, your roll number, then you can leave this meeting, no problem. Two I have already written.